What's up, everybody? It's Quentin from Hunters of Light, and it's a fantastic Friday. The weekend is upon us. Hopefully, everyone's been busy working. Our photographers are back at work, and so much work they have no idea what to do themselves. And today we've got an interesting topic for a presentation, and I think we've had one or two chats about it in the past. But I'm glad to say that today we've got Evelyn Gibson on. And she's going to be talking about the Photographic Society of Southern Africa or South Africa, and you know what it is, what the benefits are, and you know whether it's right for you. So Evelyn's got 20 years of experience, and that belies her stunningly good looks and young you know appearance. But she's been behind the camera for at least 20 years, and she currently serves on the board of the PSSA as a director. Public relations, and is also a member of its national honors judging panel. So it's fantastic to have you on board today, Evelyn. And I think we're going to have a fantastic discussion. But I just wanted to, before we started all of that, I just wanted to, for those people out there, if you can see that, what have we got here today? Yeah, it's the R5, the EOS-R5. Going to be doing a bit of a chat about that and putting it out over the weekend, my findings, initial impressions, etc. In short, it's amazing. But anyway, Evelyn, I'm really keen to hear what you've got to take us through today. I think there's a bit of mystique about you know these type of organizations, and you know when they start mentioning things like salons, and you know people get a bit freaked out. So I'm hoping you're going to demystify it for us and take us through what it's all about. But before we start all of that, what have you been doing during lockdown?
Oh, Quentin, yeah, obviously I've taken the opportunity of going through a lot of my older images and having a look at them, and that's been good, because you find an image and you think, oh, I really didn't know I had that one. And so that's been what's been keeping me going during this terrible time for us all. Yeah. I've lost you, Quentin.
It's my fault. I had myself on mute. I think it's affected so many of us, not just the photographers, but there's knock-on industries that are being affected, and I just hope that we can find a way through it so that we can all you know I suppose make it sustainable, because there's a lot of things that are being cut off, a lot of jobs that are being shed, etc. So yeah, let's hope we can at least make it workable.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's difficult at times, Quentin, but we must stay positive.
Absolutely. Focus and stay positive.
Yes.
See what I did there? Focus. Anyway, Evelyn, it's over to you. Let's see what you are going to take us through today. I mean, as I said, my understanding of it, you know, is that it's almost like an elite type of thing, and I think that's just born out of not really understanding the ins and outs and the benefits and that sort of thing, you know.
Yes. Okay. So Quentin, I'm going to share my screen now.
Okay.
Share. Are we there? Can you see it?
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Quentin, for allowing me to share my passion, not only in photography, but for the Photographic Society of South Africa, which I've actually been involved in, I think, since 2007. I've been on and off the board a couple of times, but back on again. But I have a definite passion for the Photographic Society of South Africa. Yes, okay. The Photographic Society of South Africa was founded in 1954 as a non-profit organization. It was founded by the Reverend Dr. Arthur David Susan, and he actually he got together. He was the driving force for the society in founding it, and he contacted a lot of the leading photographers of that time, and he held several meetings with them to gain sort of support for this formation of a National Photographic Society. He wanted to unite, he actually wanted to unite people interested in the promotion and the science of photography. We have, yes, I should have mentioned that in 1968, yeah, I should have mentioned this. In 1963, he published a book. It was called Silver Images, and that's the history of photography in Africa. So that sounds quite an interesting, I haven't read it personally myself, but it sounds an interesting book perhaps to go through. And
I was just going to say, is it currently available through exclusive books or that sort of thing, or is it just selected copies that are around at the moment?
No, my understanding is, Quentin, it is available, this book. Yeah, that's my understanding of it.
Okay.
And then just the other thing, with the keen interest of history and photography knowledge that he had, he started to collect world-class collection of cameras, of books, and many other photographic items, etc. And in 1966, he donated all this equipment to the city of Johannesburg, which became aptly known as the Bensusan Museum and Library of Photography. And that definitely still exists, that museum there. Anyway, our mission statement is to bring together all people interested in photography, to promote the highest possible standards of photography, and to promote the interests of photography amongst its members. We are actually affiliated to the world's major photographic organizations, FIAP, I'll try and pronounce this, the Federatie Internationale de Art Photographique.
Fantastic.
Excuse my German or whatever it was. Then the American Society, which is the Photographic Society of America, we are affiliated to them, and the Global Photographic Union, and the RPS, which is the British one.
Right.
So we are affiliated and work very similarly to all of these organizations. Oh, I've gone back, sorry. Okay, photography clubs in South Africa. We actually have 10 regions in South Africa, and in these 10 regions combined, we have 198 clubs all over South Africa. And each region has its own regional director that serves on the board of PSSA. Now, unfortunately, with the lockdown and so forth and so on, clubs are not meeting the way that we were meeting. But a lot of the clubs are doing this Zoom meetings, which is really keeping us all together. In fact, my club has one this evening at 5 o'clock, where we go in, we have been given a theme. You know how you give us themes every day?
Yes. Yes.
The clubs do that as well. The clubs are doing that as well. And tonight, our theme is textures.
Lovely.
And then, under normal circumstances, these regional directors, Quentin, they visit the clubs in their region on a regular basis. They help them with, say, maybe some input on photography, some skills, and judging, etc. But yes, a question asked regularly: what are the benefits of belonging to PSSA and to clubs? So, I've gone that one. Going the wrong way, Clinton.
That's all right. That's all right. Don't panic. We'll be fine.
I'm going back. I need to go back. Yeah, sorry, Quentin. It was just
That's fine.
hitting the wrong button. Finger trouble. Yes.
There's, I think it's Diane Steenkamp says the Hermanus Club is having Zoom meetings as well. So she's also just saying that it's same sort of situation with the Zoom meetings, etc. Diane, if you can tell us what your theme is for tonight, that'd be great. Carry on.
Yeah, so Quentin, I've just listed, we have a list of A to Z benefits, but I'm not going to go through them all. So I chose some of these benefits which I felt says something about our clubs and about the society. Communication, well, we all know communication is very, very important. But this is communicating with like-minded photo enthusiasts, which I think is great to do so. Education, education in the art and science of photography, and we do this through articles on our website, through our newsletters, and through our magazines, which I will show you what they look like just before I finish. And opportunities, opportunities to share in all our photographic expertise within the clubs and within the society. And I think this is great because we learn from one another. We actually learn from one another. And then workshops and excursions. Yeah, the clubs run workshops and they run excursions. And the workshops is another learning process, Quentin, and we would invite photographers to give us a workshop. In fact, I'm going to put your name in the list from now on, Quentin.
I sense an underhand tactic here. to come and to my club and give, because it's not far away, my club. Absolutely.
So we do that, and the excursions can be to different places, like the botanical gardens, or well, I'm thinking of this area at the moment, Reeflay, which we can go to at the moment. So we have different outing excursions. Another great one is one which I love very much, is going to Newtown in Johannesburg, because the street photography there is just absolutely fantastic.
How often do you do the Newtown one?
Well, I think last year, Quentin, my club did it twice.
Okay.
And it certainly, I personally feel, because street photography is one of my passions at the moment, it provides wonderful opportunities, and it's very good, yeah. And some clubs take models there. Right. And do some model shoots there as well. And I've been to a couple of them, and that's also very, very good. And then, as I mentioned, the quarterly magazines. We have a magazine every quarter. One is basically, well, they're both called Image, and I'll show you what they look like when I stop sharing this presentation. But Image, it has tutorials in it, very, very good tutorials. Our editor is Hein Varsheford, who is another great creative photographer, and extremely creative photographer. He's our editor, and he provides tutorials, etc., in this magazine, which are actually very interesting indeed. And then once a year we print an image magazine. Is only for the honours, so that's the honours panels that have been successful during the year.
Evelyn, just a question from one of the people watching at the moment regarding the Newtown trip as an example. Is it only for club members, or can other people join on the day, and how does that work?
Well, Quentin, the ones I've been on have been mainly, it's a club being together, etc.
Okay.
But I don't know of anyone. Oh, I think you know Anton Bosman. I'm sure
Yes.
you've heard of Anton Bosman.
Yes.
Yeah, Anton does run some because I've been with Anton to Newtown as well. So he sometimes runs.
Yeah, the photo walks. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then there's one other question while I'm interrupting you. Ken Lovell wants to know, if one's not a member of the PSSA, how does one acquire these quarterly magazines?
Well, you really need to
join the club. There we go. Ken, join the club. It's that simple.
But I've got, I don't know how many spares in my garage that I keep to give away at times. Yes. Okay. So then another thing is a platform, Quentin. PSSA, membership of PSSA, has moved again. Yeah. I must stop leaning over my keyboard. Provides a platform for photography to basically make a name for yourself, actually, in your photography. Understanding, a comprehensive understanding of the art, of the science and history of photography can be gained through being through your club or through PSSA. Experiencing. Experienced photographers offer up their skills, their time, and their expertise to new members to help them to reach their potential in photography. And then, of course, there's the zealous enthusiasm, which is very, very contagious. And I hope I'm full of that zealous of enthusiasm. I certainly feel it with the work that I do for the society. Okay, a club's format. This varies, you know, from club to club, the format of the evening, and PSSA does not dictate how a club should be run. It provides guidelines for the club. But if I take my club, for instance, as an example, which is the Pretoria Photographic Society, we have 2 evenings a month. One is a formal evening. When I say formal evening, this is when you can enter 3 images into the open category. And you enter, just as you have themes, clubs have set subjects, as I said, Quentin, and you enter a set subject. If you've had an outing, you can enter an image from that outing as well. The set subject, I think for this month, for us, is a cloud formation, or no, moonscape, sorry, moonscapes. Okay. So all the clubs have different ways of running. Some maybe only meet once a month, some meet twice a month. The second meeting in my club is normally a meeting where we invite speakers to come and speak to us on certain subjects, etc. And so I think the clubs more or less run along these lines, but it will vary from club to club. We're also involved in some school photography clubs, Quinton. There's quite a few schools in South Africa have clubs, and we help them and provide them with assistance in their photography.
Yeah, I think it's really important to you know, to try and get the kids involved from a school level. You know, the longer you're involved, you know, I think the better it is. You know, and if we can get youngsters involved in creating quality images, you know, that's also really important. I think there's a lot of the cell phone is my camera brigade, and I think that there's a lot of quality that's lost, even though the cameras are getting better and better.
Yes.
It's almost like the level of quality that's acceptable is less,
Yes.
you know, when it comes to photography. So I think you know, getting the kids involved at a young age and trying to achieve quality images is really, really important.
Yes. Well, you know, they are the future photographers for us, Quinton. So you're 100% correct there. Okay, if we talk about salons. We have at least so many salons every month. Some months I looked at the calendar recently, and there's some months there's 2 or 3, but some months there's 4 salons a month. And it's the clubs themselves that are actually organizing these salons, albeit it has the PSSA patronage to it. And in these salons, they have different categories. They have wildlife, they have bird photography, they have color open, color mono, they have portraiture, they have PJ, street photography, macro photography. There's about 6 categories always in a salon, and it's up to the club to choose their categories, what they want as their categories. And just talking about salons, there's a big one coming up in September. It's organized. It's going to be Southern Suburbs Club that's running it, but it's got a huge sponsorship from Awawi.
Yes.
And so they've added into their categories cell phone categories in this particular salon. So that should be quite interesting. And
where do you see the images? Are the images open to the public afterwards, or how does that work? Or is it also just internal to the organization?
No, it's well, the winners not open to the public, Quinton. But the winners in the salons are always on our website. They're always on our website. Yeah. So that's salons. If you're a member of PSSA, obviously to enter salons is cheaper. It's for a member, it's 7 Rand per image. For a non-member, it's 10 Rand per image for a non-member. So it's a slight difference there. And you do get, we do at the end of the salon, you get a catalogue, albeit it's digital. It's a digital catalogue. If you've entered the salon, you get a digital catalogue which actually shows you the winners in each category in that salon. And
how are the images submitted? Are they submitted electronically, or does it have to be a print?
No, we have a software, Quinton, called PhotoVault.
Okay. Yes.
Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Quinton? Yes. And that's where we do our entries into salons. Yes, some of the salons do have prints. They do have a print category, Quinton, which is good because, as we all know, in the older days, prints were really the in thing. But I think I'm saying, Quentin, that prints are coming back again. Prints are coming back again, which we are enjoying. So some of the salons now are bringing in a print category, which is actually quite good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and then we are involved in international salons as well, with these organizations I mentioned earlier on. We get patronage, etc. And I think PSSA, we only run about one international salon per year, and but we get invited, we get special discounts from some other international salons that are being run. And that's quite interesting, because then you're competing against the whole world, so to speak.
Right, yeah.
So, and then with salons, obviously you gain points. You gain points if you get a medal, or if you get an acceptance, and so forth and so on. And then what PSSA has is what's called the Impala Log Trophy. And at the end of the year, that trophy is presented to the person who has gained the most points through salons, etc.
Okay.
Something to go for. We all know that salon is not cheap if you're going to enter all these salons. Yeah. But you know, I've done it over the years, but it's quite time consuming to keep entering. Oh, a salon that closes tonight, and so forth and so on. But it's wonderful to actually do these. For me, it just shows you where you are in your photography. It's a great challenge. It's a great challenge for everyone. Then, Quentin, we move on to the honours, some input on the honours, to attain your honours from the Society. And these honours are recognised all over the world. The first level is LPSSA, which is a licentiateship. And for this, you submit 10 images. And there, it's a panel of 12 judges that judge, live judging for the panels. And you have four times a chance to enter. But you must, when you enter it, first of all, in the LPSSA, you must get 3 credits so that you can carry on. And if you don't get 3 credits, you've got to wait a year before you enter again. But there's 12 judges, and if 9 judges put the image in, it's a credit. If 8 judges only put it in, we have a discussion on the actual image, and then you can change your score and so forth and so on. The LPSSA, I'm going to show you. Renee got hers first time. She got it first round, first time, which fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Well, in fact, the 3 panels I'm going to show you, they all got it first time round, which is absolutely a wonderful, wonderful honour, I can tell you. I didn't get mine first time, Quentin. Then the next one is the APSSA. Now the APSSA is 15 images, and this is, is awarded for a high standard of technical skill, competence, and creative ability. So this award recognizes a high standard of achievement in the art and science of the medium, and is awarded in recognition of work of a good aesthetic and technical standard. Now for this one, as I say, it's 15 images, and to allow you to carry on, you need to get 5 credits the first time round. Then we move to the fellowship, which is 25 images, and this is almost the top of the range. This is awarded for excellence and distinguished ability. the fellowship recognises a high standard of achievement in the art and science of the medium and is awarded for excellence. You must, of course, have an APSSA first before you can apply for
Right.
the FPSSA. And then the master's one, well, that works completely different in that you've got to give a talk and a presentation on a particular, well, whatever genre you choose to speak on. You give at least a 20-minute presentation, and then when we hold, normally we have a congress every year, a national congress every year, but unfortunately it's had to be cancelled this year due to the situation in our country.
Right.
It was going to be held in the Drakensbergs at Champagne Resort, the Champagne
Yes.
Resort. And but unfortunately it's had to be cancelled due to the situation. But if you were going for your master's, you would need to present at that congress.
Okay.
Your presentation and etc. So these are the awards, these are the honours rather, which is a great achievement, and it's recognised from all over the world, these particular honours. Okay, I'm going to start, Quentin, with this PSSA panel by Renee Storm. She lives in southern Gauteng, and as I said, she got it first time, which is wonderful. You can choose to put in an open panel, which can be 2 or 3 different genres, or you can choose to put in a specialized panel, and some people do choose to put in specialized panels.
Okay.
And this one, Renee chose an open panel, and then you'll see as we go through portraiture, and she had landscapes, she had bird photography, well, it's another landscape, wildlife, and that's pictorial with the wild horses, more wildlife. And then she finished up with the portrait. So you can see Renee chose to do wildlife, landscapes and portraiture in the open one, which was actually showing her her field of portraiture and wildlife and landscapes, etc., which I think is good because it shows versatility.
Right.
I think it shows versatility. The next one is also an this is the APSSA, the next level, and Anne Harbour, who comes from the garden route, she also got it first time, which is absolutely fantastic. And hers is also an open category. Some beautiful landscapes. Stunning, wow. Stunning landscapes. And wildlife, beautiful. Some more wildlife.
Fantastic. So how many images have to be submitted? Did you say 15?
This is 15 for the A, Quentin, yeah, okay. 15 for the A. But Anne definitely seems to love landscapes.
Absolutely.
Beautiful landscapes, beautiful. They've definitely got mood about them. They've got the lighting's fantastic, etc. It's a beautiful, beautiful panel. Yeah, and then we move on, Quentin, to the FPSSA, which is really the top one, other than the Masters, but the Masters is worked differently, as I mentioned. And this is 25 images. This is 25 images, and you must, in your first round, get 8 credits to be able to continue. But Rob Heifer from the Eastern Cape, he got this one first time. and he had a visit recently to Iceland, and his panel is on Iceland. And this to me is just, oh, it's so inspiring indeed.
Yeah, those transparent ice, well, I suppose ex-icebergs are always so beautiful. The way that the light goes through them, it's amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely stunning, stunning. Beautiful landscapes. Sure. And then, you know, and Rob managed to get the Northern Lights, as you can see.
Yes.
I was there in February in Sweden, and I unfortunately didn't get as good as the Northern Lights as Rob did. But you know, you can be lucky and you could be unlucky with the Northern Lights, as we know. But I think Rob did fantastic. These are beautiful images of the Northern Lights. Anyway, that, you know, all this information is on our website, Quinton, and even more information. I mean, I haven't probably covered everything, but there's lots of information on our website, and you know, join and become part of the family. And but just let me, the entry fee, I can give the entry fee. If you're joining for the first time, there's an entry fee of 170 Rand. Then there's the membership fee. So you're paying a membership fee for the year, which is just over 500 Rand. So your total when you join initially is 725 Rand. But then there's, after a year, we pay a membership fee every year. But we also have joint membership, because husband and wife can join. So there's a joint membership, which is a different price. And then we have student membership.
Okay.
Student membership. And then we have a pensioners rates as well. So Quinton, yeah, I'm just going to stop.
Stop the sharing.
Stop sharing. Okay. And then I just wanted to, if you can maybe see these, Quinton, these are the magazines I'm talking about.
Okay.
Can you see them? Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. That's the magazines that we get as well.
Okay. And those you say are quarterly?
The quarterly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the pensioner's age limit? I just want to see if I qualify. Sorry. Well, I could be a student of life. Yeah, I mean, I think you know, the big thing is that there's a lot of workshops and courses in that online. But what a club does do is it does give you you know, that personal connection with people, and you know, if you've got people in your club that are extremely talented and have been in the industry for a long time, I think there's a lot of things that you can learn, you know, as opposed to just, you know, jumping onto YouTube and checking out a tutorial. And I think that's where a lot of the value comes in. And then also having a situation where you're presenting work that's being judged by a very high caliber of photographer, as opposed to everyone who's on Facebook, who's you know, judging your work, etc. So I think that, you know, from a benefits point of view, that's, you know, there's a lot that can be said about joining a camera club or photography club. You mentioned the one that you're part of is was it in Pretoria?
Yes, it's the Pretoria Photographic Society. It's been going for many years, yeah, it's a very good club. Yeah.
And where do they meet? I mean, obviously now at the moment it's Zoom meetings.
Yeah, we meet in a church in Linwood, in the Linwood area.
Okay.
We meet in a church there, and it's a very a good club. But there's really lots of fantastic clubs around the country. I've obviously benefited and been privileged to judge at many of these clubs, Quentin.
Right.
And it's just absolutely amazing to see the work being done around the country. And the other thing I meant to mention was that each club has a winner each month, a senior winner and a junior winner. The junior is 1 to 3 star, and then the seniors are 4 to 5 star. And some clubs go up even higher. They'll go master bronze, master silver, master gold, etc., etc.
Okay.
And but that falls into the street. Now, each club every month when they have the competitions, they have a senior winner and a junior winner. And we have a monthly competition, which I actually run these monthly competitions for the seniors and the juniors, and also a website competition every month. You've got to be a member to enter the website competition.
Right.
And I appoint judges from around the country to judge these images, and then the winning images go on our website every month. But that is also a great experience to see the work actually being done around the country.
Absolutely.
I see a lot more creative, digital, visual art stuff being done now, which is actually wonderful. I think is wonderful to see.
Absolutely, and the tools that are available to photographers make it so that you can pretty much do anything.
Yes.
With the art, and I think there's always going to be that discussion, and maybe you can answer how your society handles that, and that is the discussion of a photograph versus something that's been comped with multiple different images put together. How is there a separate category for that sort of thing?
Some clubs have a separate category for visual art or avant-garde or digital art, whatever you want to call it. But some other clubs you just enter it into the open category.
Okay.
But I think Quentin, well, I don't know, when you see an image, and the speaker you had last week, the lady from Pangolin, remember the lady from Pangolin?
Janine Cryer, yes.
She talked about, which I thought was wonderful, she talked about the soul, the soul in the image,
yes,
in wildlife, etc. I think when you're judging, when we're judging, the image must speak to you. I think the image must speak to you. There could be emotion there when you look at the image. So even in digital art, there's always a story there,
yep.
I think. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think basically the majority of judges, we still look a little bit at the technicalities, obviously, but I think we're beginning to be more looking at the story behind the behind the image. And you had Martin Barber.
Yes.
Remember Martin Barber? Now Martin Barber he serves on the board of PSSA.
Okay.
Him and I work together. He's in the marketing side. Now the work that Martin does is hugely creative.
Absolutely.
Hugely creative. But he gets inspired. He gets inspired in his work by various things. And his images, to me, they talk to me. They definitely talk to me. And it's I think it's the impact the image has. The impact the image has on you.
Absolutely.
Judging it, yes. Yeah.
It's for me, if you've managed somehow to provide the viewer with the sensation of the wind blowing across their skin and the sound and the warmth and the smells, then it's really is speaking to you, and that's always for me the ideal of what you're trying to achieve. Definitely not always possible, but
yes.
in that sense, you know, it tries to convey as much as possible, and then for me it really works. So that story is, you know, without that story, it's, you know, you're always sort of questioning, well, why? I don't understand. You know. All right. So I'm just having a look here. So Curtis wants to know, to participate in the PSSA, do you need to be part of a club?
No, you don't need to be part of a club. You can be a member of PSSA, but not necessarily part of a club.
Okay.
So yes, no, you don't need to be part of a club.
All right. I'm just scrolling through here to see if there are any other questions. I think Curtis is quite keen there. He's asked 3 or 4 questions. Curtis, join. And yeah, I mean, I think the only other question that I wanted to ask would be, you know, obviously you've got your club nights, etc. Do you welcome visitors to attend and see what it's like? And you know, is there a, you know, okay, so you can only come twice, and after that you have to start paying for the snacks. How does that work?
No. We welcome visitors at any time. I think it's great to have visitors there. And they say, you know, the club judging, Quentin, is a learning process.
Right.
Club judging is a learning process. Salon judging, if you enter into salons, it's a competition. It's a competition. Right. And then the honors judging is an examination. That's the 3 levels of judging that in the various situations. Yeah.
Ruud van der Horst says it's nice to hear how it goes in South Africa. It's about the same in Belgium. So we've got the Belgians listening in as well. All right. Well, there aren't any other questions that I haven't asked. But maybe for those of you that are watching that still have questions, you can put them into the comments, and Evelyn can answer them. And then I think we have to go and join a club, guys. I probably need to join a club. I need to get out. So I'm sitting behind this desk. It's getting too much. I'm getting a flat backside, you know, from all this. Anyway, far too personal. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I think that, you know, a couple of great answers to and insights to the whole, you know, club side of things and salons, etc. And I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for your time.
No, thank you, Quentin. I appreciate it very much. It was certainly a great opportunity to promote the society.
Absolutely.
You know, we do get sponsorships in the society. I mean, we've got Huawei is one of our sponsors. Right. Huawei is one of our sponsors, and ODP Outdoor Photos is one of our sponsors, and there's some other sponsors there that's all on our website. So we get these sponsorships every year, which is good.
Absolutely. I've put the link to the clubs in the discussion, the clubs in South Africa, so you know, guys can go and have a look and see what's going on there. See, now Curtis is again, he's jumped on there. He said, I think you and I should start a club. This is what Curtis says. Yeah, Curtis, we can judge each other's work. We can get points, and it'll be amazing. All right, Evelyn, thank you very much. Really appreciate it, and yeah, I look forward to hopefully seeing you at a club meeting and you know, challenging you in the point score. Imagine.
Yes, yeah. I'll your name's going on my list for certain things now, Quentin.
Okay, good. Oh, trouble. Thanks very much. I really appreciate your time, Evelyn. Thank you.
Thanks, Quentin. Thanks very much.